Hey, what's up to all you geeks and degenerates? Today we are talking about a very special, or not really Marvel or DC, but a very interesting comic book, or graphic novel, if you will, written by Frank Miller and was made into a movie, directed by Robert Rodriguez, and good lord, Sev is stabbing. It's the end of the world, folks. Uh, but first questions first. Did you guys?
Like that in every video, man. Like what the fuck?
Uh,
Hey, look, this has been happening to the world. This is your doing.
What?
Oopsie. Sorry, folks. Our apologies. Anyway, how did you hear about this movie? And other question is, did you read the graphic novel before it came out, or after?
I haven't read the graphic novel.
Neither have I.
I'd like, but I haven't read it. Um, but I know what it looks like because it's a very specific point in Frank Miller's style. Like, you know when Frank Miller went from whatever he did on, let's say, Daredevil, whatever he did in Dark Knight Returns, and then his transition into like what I like to call his crack house art. So like he was on. It looks like he was on crack when he did this art, like the stuff he did for 300, Dark Knight 2, and um, Sin City. The difference with Sin City is that like there was no colorist. It was actually in black and white, except for very specific scenes. I know artistically it's really dull with really more. So stylistically, Robert Rodriguez was one of the only people who could pull this off the way he did. Um, but I heard of the movie like when I got into comics again around college, and because I love Dark Knight Returns so much, I was like, I'm just gonna consume anything I see that's Miller. Like I even had a certain amount for Dark Knight 2, which is a fucking stretch. But yeah, I really just wanted as much Frank Miller content as I could, and hopefully his the best adaptation I've seen of his work. Sorry 300, sorry other movies, but Sin City's like really good as compared to everything else that's Frank Miller. Hear about this movie when it came out. I was also too young to see it when it came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much with Sam here. I was too young to see it when it came out. And like, I keep hearing about Sin City. Like, I watch Mojo. I watch a whole list of like, what's a good movie to watch? It's comic adaptation. And I keep seeing Sin City, and I was like, you know what, just give it a try. Why not? And just saying, I was kind of blown away. I mean, I have a few nitpicks from here to there, but I was legitimately blown away. Like, and I'm actually excited to do a review on the second one because I haven't seen it. So yeah. Oh no! Oh no!
I have heard nothing but bad things about the sequel.
Hey,
Um,
Sorry.
okay, got it.
anyway,
Yeah, just yeah.
but like these two, I was too young to see it as well when it came out back in '05. But like Jomer, I heard about it from like Watch Mojo, and I saw a Jeremy Johns video, and I was like, all right, I guess I might as well check it out. And just I was really surprised how invested I was, because at the time too I didn't really know much about Frank Miller. I knew he did the Dark Knight Returns, but that's about it. Uh, I knew about him and his work, but like watching it, I was like, I need to read more Frank Miller stuff. This guy's pretty good. Um, so before we talk about the story bits, is there anything about the movie that really stuck out to you?
Uh, this movie embodies the noir, like the detective noir style of like from the internal dialogue of the guy who looks like a fucking Frank Miller drawing.
Marv.
Marv. Yeah.
Marv?
Um. By the way, that's like the most you can ever depict the Frank Miller drawing in real life. Like,
Yeah, the Crimson Chin would be jealous.
dude, I was like, these are Frank Miller proportions. Like, none of this shit makes sense. this guy looks like what would have happened if a guy who like was attacked by bees got over it. Um, it was all very Frank Miller. Like it all felt like they took this. They took Frank Miller's book and they're just like, let's just do this. And I know Frank Miller was directly involved in this, which is why I was super hyped, because if someone's gonna know how to do this material right, it's him. So the fact that he was involved in this, we really be happy. This is also a series of fucking actors we don't talk about.
Yeah.
You guys notice that? Like, most of these actors are actors we don't talk about anymore. Like, this is relevant for one reason or another, right? But like, Jessica Alba,
Josh Hartnett.
fucking
Sybil Owen. Yeah, is that
Clive
Clive Owen.
Clive Owen. Forgot his name.
Clive
See,
Owen.
that's how much we forgot.
dude, it's just a shit ton of people we don't talk about anymore. That lady from Mermaid movie,
From where?
that girl from that Mermaid movie, the one with do you guys remember that?
I don't remember any of that.
Are you talking about Becky?
No, it's the blonde girl who betrays them later.
I don't think I've ever seen that mermaid movie.
Okay, so Becky.
What's that? It's a mermaid movie where what's that? She's famous for that mermaid movie and fucking nothing else, and she's in Sin City. It's just a shit ton of people we don't talk about anymore, possibly delivering one of their best performances, if not their best performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the most relevant one there that we do talk about here and there is Rosario Dawson, since she's still actively working on stuff like Mando.
That's not a high bar.
Yeah.
That's not a high bar. Like, Rosario Dawson has been a fucking character actress. Like, she's never been like top. Not undermining her abilities, but like the cast here came for this particular point in time. Did not stay relevant, and it's just amazing to me how like these people did not have like continuously prominent careers after. Not that they're bad, it's just that they fell off the radar. Like,
For one reason or
off the radar.
another.
Yeah.
And this is, when Bruce Willis still cared for a bit.
He was really good. Actually, that was maybe my second favorite
Storyline?
short story
Yeah.
of that movie.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
which character story did you like the most?
For me, it was
Marv.
That shit was just so chaotic and it's so funny. Like I thought he was gonna be like another Bruce Willis, but he's kind of like a knucklehead at some point.
Yeah.
It's actually very entertaining to watch.
That guy's a fucking tank, that's what he is.
The dude's a fucking dude. He tried pulling the bars out and pulled the whole wall.
They electric chaired this man and called them pussies.
I love it. The person was like, "Is that all you got?"
uh,
I was like,
You
"Alright."
fucking panties.
Man.
This about
I didn't know Frodo could be so
Went from that,
creepy.
I want my
It's like, Jesus Christ, this guy's a fucking creep.
I want my burger.
What my boat?
Burp. But yeah, that story's pretty good. The action is, for all of these stories, pretty sick. Like, him picking out the SWAT
Very
team.
stylistic.
Yeah, very stylistic. Since it's black and white, like when the colors pop out, they really pop out. It's like, oh, damn, the red's really red, and the yellow's really yellow.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I could smell that, dude. Like, you know how they describe their smell, and I was like, I smell it.
That's not.
I smell it.
No, it's just I keep wondering. It's like, as Jessica Alba, if I was that character, and he was that close to me, and trying to make me scream, wouldn't I thrown up already through the amount of description I've heard from Bruce Willis?
That's true. He does smell like he smells. He does look like he smells very, 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 very bad.
Yeah.
Smell him right now. I'm pretty grossed out.
To be honest, I was wondering what the fuck where the fuck this movie was going when he popped up into his cell. I was like,
Yeah.
is this like entertainment kind of deal?
It's like, why is he a different color? First of all, I was like, who is this guy? It didn't register first. That was, oh, that's the guy whose hand and Nazi shot off in the beginning. I do like that. I take his weapon, both of them. It's like,
Both
oh,
of them.
it's like, that's
Yeah, I mean,
really,
yeah.
yeah.
Then oh god, I'm trying to.
Elijah Wood is in this movie.
Yeah,
Elijah Wood was creepy as fuck.
yeah,
It's the most terrifying version of Elijah Wood you could possibly have.
I hated it. Like seeing long ass fingers like those, I'm like, ah, Jesus Christ.
And what
It
happened?
moves so fast. It moves so fast.
God damn, Mr.
Marv turned into a stump.
And he didn't care.
Yeah, he just kept staring like,
Oh,
He
yeah,
looks
it's
like
fine.
that mannequin you practice boxing with.
yeah,
You know? No limbs, just. Yeah.
Yeah. The one with Clive Owen was actually pretty decent. Like I think that was. Nah, it's not my second favorite.
I like all of these arcs. Don't really tie into each other, which is actually pretty funny. Like, they don't really cross paths that much, if at all.
yeah.
Um,
You just see them like in a bar together. Like you see
like
Marv
those-
and Bruce
those
Willis.
arcs you see Marv.
Yeah,
it feels like all detective serialized comic situations, where it's like a case by case thing, roughly within the same place of each other. And that's kind of what I like about it. In that kind of feel like a mess.
mm.
And I do like it when stories don't feel they've been streamlined properly, but in a way that feels like an artistic choice to not fucking streamline it properly. And it's kind of been like that. There's always been something kind of messy about how you do things.
Mm.
But I don't know. I'm a Miller guy. It's kind of like how like I get what Zack Snyder does. It's kind of like that situation. It's a take it or leave it thing. It's a stylistic thing. And if it's not objectively likable, that makes sense. But for me, I just like the fact that this all just kind of felt like, yeah, it's happening in the same world. But it's not like these guys fucking talk. It's not like Marv is talking to his character. It's not like Bruce Willis is fucking talking to Clive Owen. These are all separate situations that are all individually really fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like, the cops versus the prostitutes, that's pretty fucking dope.
Uh,
Oh, speaking of that arc, I didn't know Benicio del Toro played the cop that they behead.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, what? I mean, I just looked it up. I have the cast in my like right here now.
Yeah,
I
that was
just
my
saw it
first.
put out. I'm like, what?
That was actually my first Benicio del Toro
The guy
movie.
with the long hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cop that they cut the head off. And they tried to.
Yeah.
That's Benicio del Toro. I was like, dude was unrecognizable.
Became a Pez dispenser because of Miho.
Oh, I love that. She was a girl for 5 years with the pink piston house.
Yeah, and her interesting looking shuriken. Hmm.
Yeah. Was that on purpose? Or was that just like a store nearby?
Sorry. I'm pretty sure it's on purpose. For some reason, I didn't really see any reasons why it looks like that. But okay.
I'm like,
Which one?
her shurikens look like swastikas.
Wait, which character is this?
Miho.
Uh,
Girl with the the
no, no, I is, but I'm trying to figure out why she would have gone this route. I mean, Frank Miller's a bit of a rightist. He's pretty right wing. I don't level of right wing, but like, he has a tendency to use this kind of uncomfortable imagery.
Yeah.
So I think it's the fucking Frank Miller thing.
Yeah, that's where I'm going with it. Was like it's Frank Miller thing. But it is kind of jarring the first time I saw it. I was like, is that a fucking swastika?
Same girl was like, is that on purpose?
Yeah.
Was that a studio thing?
So, like what is known as the swastika means something else, like Buddhism.
Oh,
That's
okay.
true.
That could be a
It means something completely different. Um, depending on how it's curved or how it's angled, it means something completely different.
Right.
They weren't just straight up swastikas. They had like this arrow tip at
Yeah.
the end. So who knows? It might be just something about Buddhism.
But I did like seeing the late Michael Clark Duncan. It's like, oh man, I kind of miss him.
Sadly, he was only there for
One
like.
was he?
He was the
Cop with the gold eye.
Yeah.
Oh God, him.
Yeah.
8 Mile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks.
Don't remind me of that movie.
You don't like 8 Mile? Never mind. Oh wait, I thought you said 8 Mile. Green Mile. There we go.
Green Mile.
Green Mile, 8 Mile photo.
8 Mile.
I was like, the fuck?
Oh no.
It's like, the fuck? He was an 8 Mile.
Sorry.
Any last words? Mom spaghetti.
But for people being like, it's a comic book movie. This is gonna be super light and fluffy. No, it's not. The imagery in this movie is like, holy shit.
I love the art style, especially for me since I mostly do line art.
Hmm.
I don't color my shit in. Sometimes I'm lazy. No, I'm kidding.
Sometimes.
But I don't know, I do love the just blacking out some parts, leaving their tie, which was a completely different color a while ago,
Yeah.
completely white when they're all of them's black except for their eyes and the tie. That's just sick.
Frank Miller has a thing for negative space. He's not quite the expert on it, but like he has a good inclination of space. The king of negative space is still Mike Mignola, but
Mm.
Miller does like using it, and he does use it quite a bit for Sin City.
I do like the shots of like when Clive Owen's sinking down from the tar pits. That's all just in black and white. Or when Hartfield ends his life. It's all black and white too. But yeah, this isn't your typical comic book movie where there's really any good guy or bad guy. They're just all trying to live. Yeah,
I'll say Bruce Willis was kind of
Bruce Willis is a good guy.
yeah, he's the good cop guy.
yeah.
But you are right about morality being kind of ambiguous here, because you can argue that Mark is like a bad guy in a good situation, or in a situation be a good guy. You can make the same argument for Clive Owen since he's a serial killer.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, this is just modern comic book shit. Once Dark Knight Returns became a thing, once Watchmen became a thing, everyone was just trying to fucking make Watchmen too. You know, like, how do we like both prominence and I guess legitimacy in the world of mainstream literature? How do we make another Watchmen? How do we make another V for Vendetta? So I guess like Frank Miller is kind of the pep Alan Moore. Like nowhere close to how Alan Moore is philosophically, but like in terms of being able to form a story that is modern and somewhat, but also very dark, very specific to that noir genre. And there might not be any other movie like a movie of this style that how the noir genre works. It really feels like a detective movie all throughout, regardless of which perspective you're watching from, whether it's Willis, Owen, or fucking Marv.
Oh, by the way, there's that one weird, really, really short story about this hitman.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy from
Josh Hartnett. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's kind of quick. Okay.
Yeah. Like I haven't read the book, so I don't know what the context is, or unless the story's really like that.
It's career.
What?
He was just in and out real quick. It's career. He's there 1 second, and you see him at the last second. You're just like, oh, that was his whole thing. This man got paid tens of thousands of dollars to be here
Yeah.
for a couple seconds. I guess I'll take it.
Guess I'll take it.
Yes.
But, yeah.
There anything
And
else?
his character's name's The Man.
Yeah. Why did I think of? I thought of someone else for a second. It's like, no, don't go to wrestling. Don't go to wrestling. Anyway. Any other details you want to point out? Yeah, Mickey Rourke was in The Wrestler.
I'm never talking about that movie. That movie depressed me for a long time.
Well, folks, you know who won't be in a wrestler movie or review.
I can't do it. It's too bad. Holy shit. I mean, it's just an easy movie to recommend. It's an easy movie to recommend to people who don't think that comics have any legitimacy to them. It's like material in general. Like it haven't been for kids for over 2 decades, possibly even. And Miller's work, Moore's work, if you don't believe that like Marvel can make something like culturally significant and that comics are a medium and not a genre, you gotta look at things like this. You gotta look at this. You gotta like look at 47 Ronin, and Scott Pilgrim even. Like it's a medium, and you can use it for whatever story you like, and it's proven here. It's a bit messy. It's way gritty. It's way violent, but there's a lot of artistic merit to the work that these guys do, and this movie embodies that. There are very few who embody what the book was trying to show people. This did that.
Yeah, like you said, it's easy to recommend to the right people, of course. Can be like, recommend this to my 15-year-old cousin, otherwise he might be traumatized.
Unless he's doing like film or something. I don't know. Maybe he needs inspiration.
Yeah,
Your
sure.
3-year-old cousin's
Oh, I
doing
heard
film?
15. 15.
Yeah, I said 15.
Oh, 15. I
Alright.
mean, even if he is 15, I still wouldn't recommend
Yeah.
18.
Yeah. But if you're looking for something that's not part of the mainstream comic book movies, like say the Suicide Squad or Black Widow, this is a really good start to watching other comic book stuff. And maybe you
Why
can.
is such a fucking high bar, though? That's a really high bar. Going from
Right.
Sin City to the normal shit, you're just like, fuck.
Damn it.
Right.
Can't go back.
I know someone who just started comic books with it was Sin City and then Kingdom Come and then Watchmen. Like, oh, damn, that's a pretty high bar.
Well, that... I wouldn't want to start that way. It's like when you start from heavy nihilism and you just lean into that, like, do you want to be happy? Like, this guy probably plays Dota all day. You know, like, it's a game, but it doesn't bring you enjoyment, but you can't stop.
Right.
Kinda like that. Then fucking calm down, bro. We all need to relax sometimes. It's like, no, I need more depression!
Oh yeah, I agree with Seb. This is like a little bit too much.
It is. If you watch it,
Kingdom Come sucks. Like, to read I did read fucking exhausting.
it is just like, oh my god, I thought this would be fun. I was fucking wrong.
I mean, if you're used to like, okay, say you come from the Dark Knight Returns, yeah, give this movie
Sure.
because you do.
Yeah. It's a Miller book, so why not?
Yeah, Miller to Miller. Why not? Anyway.
Fucking looking at my copy of Kingdom Come right now, and I'm like, I never want to read it again. Fuck that.
Yeah, it's a hard recommendation for me. It's like, who would I recommend Kingdom Come to? I have to think. Anyway,
I do have a nitpick.
what's your
Is
number?
that, why do they give us full on end credits every every time
Right?
we finish it?
First time I saw this, like, oh shit, it's the end? How many minutes left? Why? I'm confused. Explain.
Sitting there, I was like, okay. So you can just skip it, of course. It's not much. It's just a little.
Yeah.
Fair warning.
And I know after
Don't
credit
wait
scene.
till the end. Just skip through it.
Yeah.
I think it was just to make it feel like separate, I guess.
I guess.
Um,
But
I agree, it wasn't necessary.
can't imagine how confusing that would be, like watching this in the movie theater. I'm like, oh shit, we're done.
Oh, okay. I guess we gotta go.
People try to stand up 3 different fucking times.
You know those people who stay at like in the middle of the row and they just like turn back. Just saying like.
Excuse me, sorry, excuse me, sorry, my bad. Fuck.
Anyway, what verdict would you give this movie?
I'd give it an 8, 8.5. I think it's a really good movie. It's just really depressing times. As a movie, it's really, really good. As like one of the best comic movies of all time, definitely. There's just not a lot of fun to be had with it. It's really depressing. But as the craft goes, this is pretty A tier. I don't want anyone to think that it's any less than that. Actually, wait, no, I'll just give it a straight 9. It's everything it had to be. Every fan of Sin City should see Sin City. I'm disappointed. I think it's the first time you'll ever feel like Frank Miller's art, like realsies. And it looks like there was a ton of love put in. Cars they chose, all the way to the set pieces and all the way to the fact that this looked so high budget and low budget at the same time. in a way that felt intentional, you know, it really felt like the comic. So if you're too lazy to read Sin City the comic, watch Sin City 1. Pointed. I haven't watched Sin City 2 because everyone told me it was shit. But you know, if you're a Frank Miller fan, if you're a fan of Dark Knight Returns, you gotta go see this movie. I think it has to be. Is it niche? Yes. Was it like the biggest? I don't remember. I was too young, but it's a good movie. It's an entertaining movie. It's a bit fucked up, but what isn't these days isn't profound, you know. So go see it. It's a great cast, very smart, very friendly. Just go see it.
I'm gonna go with an 8 on this one. Not really my cup of tea. Like I'll just go out and watch it, but if my friends want to watch it with me, sure. But this is a really, especially for anyone who's like an artist like me. You get a lot of references if you just screenshot some parts of the movie. You get a lot of good references. And everybody here, the cast is fucking good. I really suggest watching this. I suggest watching that Dark Knight Returns first, just to get the vibe.
I mean BVS.
So you know what you're getting into.
Yeah, I'm with John. Giving this an 8. Like, it's a really good movie. It's not like every day I'll watch it because that's gonna take a lot out of me. But it is a good pairing if like you go from BVS to this, Miller to Miller. So it's a good combo of like Sad City almost.
I would not go from BVS to this. I really wouldn't. Like, because it's a different thing. This feels like Miller. BVS felt like Snyder. Like,
That is
there's
true.
a difference. And it's just really heavy, man. You're gonna watch either BVS or Sin City. You don't watch them.
Alright. Anyway, is there any upcoming comic book movies that you guys are looking forward to?
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
I could not say that shit any faster. I'm such a big fan of Shang-Chi. I just read Brothers and Sisters last night. I finished it. And like, I downloaded the first 4 issues of his 2021 run, like the Legend of Shang-Chi stuff. It's so good. Shang-Chi's so good. He's such a cool character. has no powers, but despite not having any powers, has power levels comparable to Thor.
Damn, I
With
need
no
to get.
superhuman abilities. Can you imagine being so good at martial arts that they're like, you could fight and not die? Yeah.
I wish I could be like that.
I need to get on that someday. Another one I'm curious about and kind of excited for is the animated adaptation of Injustice. I hope.
Injustice, yes, for the injustice. I'm
Hmm.
looking forward to the dictators that kills children.
Yes, evil Superman that kills children. Damn, seeing that what he does to a certain captain, it's like, Jesus Christ, he's a child. What's wrong with you?
Captain Morgan,
Yes,
Captain Ahab, meant to kill Moby Dick.
yeah, for whale.
Captain Jack Sparrow, he just really fucks him up.
Ooh, I wonder if we're gonna show that scene with Superman and Oliver Queen. That's gonna be interesting.
Oh no, you don't have to go that far. It's so brutal.
Uh,
So brutal.
yeah, Jesus Christ. Anyway, that has been.
And just, by the way, if anyone's watching this and you guys want to read something this is completely irrelevant to the video at this point, but if you guys want to read something and you miss Game of Thrones and was disappointed with the ending of Game of Thrones, read the Injustice comics. It's the same thing, but with superheroes.
Yeah. From all I hear, with a better ending too. So, what can be better than that? Anything else to add, Jomer?
I got nothing.
Of course, the future. I'm really looking forward to the Batman. Robert Pattinson looks like he's gonna be.
Aquaman 2 looks like it's gonna be good too.
I
Yeah,
love the suit. I love the suit.
and finally Black Adam's. Like I've been waiting for that for a while.
Oh,
Is anyone looking forward to Eternals?
I am.
oh, to be honest, not really.
Only because the director is Chloe Zhao, and I've heard nothing but great stuff about her.
I'm just looking forward to seeing the Tradable.
Yeah.
The Korean wrestler.
Yeah.
He's a wrestler?
Yeah, he's a wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Korean wrestler.
Pro wrestler?
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was pro wrestling in Korea.
Anyway, that has been our video on Sin City. Thank you so much for watching our videos. Tell us your thoughts on Sin City. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Be cool in the comments. Have a conversation with us. Speaking of which, you can find us at Facebook.com/Geeks and Degenerates. I almost did it backwards again. And if you want to have more conversations with us, you can find us at our Discord community. But if you want to find us separately, you can find me on IG and on Twitter. The links are down below. Jomer, where can they find you?
Find me at John G-U-N, all caps. I like art and I do. Yeah, I fucked that up.
Anyway, Seb, where can they find you individually?
Except the Harmacist on Instagram and nowhere else because I don't personal Facebook to people I don't know.
Yes. Anyway, once again, thank you so much for watching our videos. Continue to stay safe, wear masks, get vaccinated at the soonest opportunity, and please continue to do all the safety protocols. We're almost done, and hopefully we can beat all the variants. But yes, it's gonna take a long time, but we're almost done.
Almost done?
Well, some of the world is almost done. I don't know what us.
We're almost done.
Does that include the Philippines? I don't know. Who knows? Anyway.
Do you mean the pandemic or the population?
I was gonna say the same. Which one's almost done, us or the pandemic?
Ask me again in like 5 years. Never.
Have that long?
I don't know. Before this gets any more existential and scary, thank you for watching our videos. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.